of her Hostess coupons. The credits for offering her new hostesses. She gave away 4 opportunity credits and earned $1,400 in Show Me the Money. She sold over $11,000 in product and twice achieved President's Circle. Tremendous quick start. She and her family make their home in Peel, Wisconsin. Please welcome from Shar Rover's Passion Tribe, Supervisor Laura Hoban.
Thank you for that introduction, Lynn. First off, I would like to thank Linda and Brian for their vision and their hard work to create the most amazing products. I fell in love with my skin for the first time 5 years ago when I started using LeBri and just became a consultant in January. My life before LeBri was very busy, and it still is. My husband David and I have 3 daughters, ages 5, 7, and 9. I have homeschooled our daughters the past 2 years after teaching elementary school for 14 years. I love teaching them and having quality time with them every day. I also teach Sunday school, lead a Girl Scout troop, teach piano lessons, and coach girls on the run. We love camping and being active outside. I love running trails in the woods and get up before the sun to train for ultra running races. So in this already packed life, why did I say yes to LeBri? I love the products, and they are the only products I want my family to use. I thought a discount would be helpful, but I've always been so shy, and I'm so busy, where would I find the time? I never saw myself being brave enough to do direct sales. I used to be a shy little girl who never raised her hand in school because I didn't want the attention. I also thought I didn't have the time for LeBri, but that's an excuse. We can find time for things that are important to us. In January of this year, I participated in an online opportunity event on Facebook that executive managers Shar Grover and Jody Keller hosted. When I realized I had nothing to lose, I considered becoming a consultant and prayed about it. I felt very safe giving it a shot and felt God was telling me it was time to do this. My plan was to learn everything I could and follow my sponsor Shar's advice. Now I became super busy. I didn't have time to block out for LeBri. I had to fit LeBri into the cracks and crevices of my day. I watched training videos or listened to audio calls at 5 a.m. while running on the treadmill when it was icy outside, while getting ready in the morning, while up in the minivan running errands, and while making supper. I do my correspondence with hostesses and customers while my husband drove us to church or to my parents' house for a visit. I attended the monthly tribe meetings and scheduled weekly calls with Shar. My life went into overdrive for a while, but I kept reminding myself and my family that this was temporary, as I was training and getting my business going at the same time. I was curious to see what I could do in my first 90 days. I kept an ongoing list of what I needed to do next to make steady progress. Sometimes I'd have doubts and wonder if my hard work and time spent would be worth it, but remained hopeful and dedicated. And you'll be surprised at what you can accomplish when you step out of your comfort zone. Did I have mom guilt from not spending as much time reading books to my daughters? Yep. Did I have wife guilt from not getting to the grocery store or getting the laundry done? Yep. I explained to my family that this was temporary as I was training and trying to make the most of my quick start. They were supportive and understanding. My daughters helped each other with their schoolwork and helped me put labels on my brochures and make gift bags. My husband did more than his fair share of the household chores. And I amazed myself in my first 90 days and took full advantage of the Quick Start rewards. I am living a fuller life with more opportunities to do things I love, making new friends and rekindling old friendships. I love helping others become happy with their skin and helping my new teammates learn and grow so they can fulfill their dreams. I am always working on overcoming my shyness and stepping out of my comfort zone. Oftentimes, I want to chicken out from reaching out to others. I feel a small flutter of nerves whenever I ask someone to host a show or try samples or follow up with a customer. but I'm determined to not let fear stop me. Regret lasts a lot longer than the 10 seconds it takes to be brave. And you know what? It keeps getting easier. I want to keep going until the whole world is using this product. Everyone deserves to have healthy, glowing skin and feel beautiful. Don't let fear stand in the way of helping others. I work hard every day to have a positive attitude and to do my best. My positive mindset comes from my experiences with ultra running. I've always loved sports, but had never truly tested myself mentally and physically until I ran my first 50K trail race. It was hot, long, and hilly, and I didn't eat or drink enough. It felt like I would never get to the finish line. I thought about quitting for the last 10 miles of that 31-mile race. And when I approached the finish line and saw my daughters and husband, the tears flowed. Finally, I made it. I told my husband I'd never do that again. There were others, though, at that same race running 100 miles. That's crazy. So I read about ultra running and found the key was keeping a positive mindset. I began training with my new frame of mind, and when I would get tired or was hurting, I would force myself to think about something positive about that run. If it was cold and rainy, I'd think about how lucky I was to breathe the fresh air and be in nature. I would make myself smile when I didn't feel like it, and I would actually feel better. So even though I had told my husband I would never run a 50K again, I did another one 3 months later. I kept my thoughts positive, and I had an amazing experience. Now, I was dreaming of running farther. What would a 50-miler feel like? It scared me, but it lit a spark in me. So I had to try. And I was proud of myself for staying positive when it got hard. A year later, I ran my first 50-miler. A new spark was ignited. What would it be like to run 100 miles? That's really crazy. I pushed that spark deep inside. I tried to snuff it out for a year, but it wouldn't go away. This meant I had to try. Just trying is a success. There is no practice life. Our biggest regrets in life are the chances we don't take. So I signed up for the Kettle 100 miler. I made a plan, I put in the work. And last month I told the start line and just focused on going from aid station to aid station. 28 hours later, I crossed the finish line. It's almost impossible, it's impossible. What if I had never even tried? I would never have known what I was capable of. So what is it that you want to try? What lights you up? What ignites you? Don't bury it. Don't snuff it out. There is no practice life. Follow your crazy dreams. Make a plan. Take small steps forward every day. Celebrate your successes along the way. I apply what I learned in ultra running to working in LeBry. I decided to not let fear stop me. I was overwhelmed, nervous, shy, and wondering if I could do it. But Shar mentored me, and she was my biggest cheerleader. I used a positive growth mindset, just like I do in running and teaching. Don't say you can't, it's you can't yet. You will learn, you will grow, and it will get easier. When you make mistakes, think about how much you learn. Mistakes are great. That's how you grow. So go for it and keep moving forward. There's never a perfect time, and you'll never feel 100% ready or confident. Just take one step at a time, and you'll keep growing and learning about yourself. Isn't that what life is all about? I am so excited to see where my LeBry journey will take me. How many people can I help with their skin and their lives? I never saw myself doing this, and now I see a life full of possibilities. I want to earn the LeBry vacation next spring. I want to be able to afford plane tickets to visit my brother in Spain. I would love to run trails in the Swiss Alps, go snorkeling in the Great Barrier Reef, and hike up Machu Picchu. My husband and I want to show our daughters the world. There's so many things I want to pass on to my daughters. How to choose to have a positive attitude. How to show care and concern for others. The rewards of helping others. How to run a business. And most of all, to dream big. I want them to look fear in the eyes and go after their biggest dreams no matter how crazy they seem. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to. What's your biggest dream? What steps does it take to get there? Break those steps down until you have your plan. Get out of your comfort zone, get started today. There is no practice life. This is it. Thank you.